Welcome to Guide and Grow TV. I'm Sylvia Ariton, and in this video series we're going to talk about child development and age appropriate activities for 9 to 12 months. On the move. This age is all about movement and gross motor skills. So pulling up, trying to sit, roll, crawl, cruise around on the furniture, anything to start moving, and also about larger hand movement. So being able to hold things with two hands, starting off with that pincer grip, pointing, all of those things which we'll go through with activities as well. Now, before I begin, don't forget that you have the 6 to 9 months video that you can refer to, and some of those things will still be of interest to your child. So remember, follow your child's interest, and if they're still interested in some of those activities, bring them in to this age group. Now, to start us off, we've got an indoor play gym. So this is great for all those gross motor skill movements, so they can crawl up the ramp into the tunnel. Sometimes these have the mirrors on the outside or on the inside of the tunnel. It also comes with a platform that sits in the middle, so your infant can then stand up using this as a great support. Another thing that you can do at home is place any large objects such as couch cushions, little ottomans, things that you can put around the room to really help your child cruise through the room. Cruising is basically moving from one piece of furniture to another. They do this as they love to try and pull up to stand and also to try and walk around the room. So those things will be really helpful to really encourage all of their gross motor skill development. Also rolling balls to each other. That's something that you can start practicing at this age. Let's have a look at what else we've got. So again, we've got the basket of scarves. Now the best thing about this, like we said in our previous video, it's all about a sensory activity. So playing peekaboo, that's also a great one. Another thing you can do with these scarves is use it in an InVueCare shape box. So these shape boxes come with a door. As you can see, the door opens and there's a cylinder inside. So it comes in all different shapes. So we have a cylinder, which would be the first that you would present to your child. So all you do is place the box in front of them, hold the cylinder at eye level, and move really slowly and separate your words to the movement. In, just like that. Another thing you could do, so they could open the door and then take it out, or they could put their hand in and take it out that way. It doesn't matter. It's all about them exploring and seeing what they can do, and that the object still exists even though we've put it in a box. Another great thing we can do with the scarves is actually pop all of them in here. Great little activity. You could also use a tissue box at home. Close that and they could start pulling them out, and they love to do that. So there you have it, 2 activities in one. Next we have the cube. So again, there's a little cube there, same thing, it's just a different shape, and they can pop it in as well. Great for their hand-eye coordination, object permanence, trial and error. So this is another one that I'm sure a lot of you have seen, the famous object permanence box. So again, just holding the ball just on top of the hole, really slowly moving. And there you have it. So this really shows an infant that the object still exists, even though they've put it into a container, it comes out the other end. And this could be sitting on the shelf and your infant might not be interested in it, and that's okay. Sometimes it takes them a couple of months, or it might just not be at that same time that they're ready for it. So just leave it there, and I'm sure they'll get to it as soon as they're interested in it. Next we have the single shape puzzles. Now these are really great for your infant's pincer grip and also their hand-eye coordination. Now they might just take the pieces out, bang them and explore them, and that's okay. Eventually they'll realize to put it in. Now with the circle, this is the easiest shape to begin with because all the sides are the same. So it doesn't matter which angle your infant puts it in, it's always going to fit. We also have the square and the triangle. Up the top here, we've got a posting activity. Now, a posting activity is any activity where you can put things, take things out, or put things into the hole. So they love doing this, you know, taking things out of containers, putting things in. So this is a great little activity. Something else about this activity is if you push them down really hard, they pop out, which is a really nice surprise element, and the infants at this age love that. Now, you will definitely have to assist your infant to do that, as it is quite a complex skill to be able to push down and pop them out. For them, it will be all about taking the items out, mouthing them maybe to explore them a bit more, and putting them back in. There's also an option of colour matching. Colour matching is still something that they'll be working on though. We also have rings on a dowel. Now, the great thing about these is that they're quite large rings, so they'll be really successful in trying to pop that onto the dowel. The smaller the ring or the smaller the hole, the harder it is for them to do that. So to gain success, it's really good to start off with something like this, where they can just post all of them onto the dowel. Now, to present this activity, you can have these in a basket next to it, or like I've had on my shelf, you can just keep them on the stick and the infants will then take them off and then put them back on. We also have books. So these Baby First books are great. They've got some realistic images and then they've got one word on each page. So that's something really nice that you can do with your child, or allow them then to explore the pages themselves. We also have a maraca. They love instruments, singing, dancing, anything to do with movement. This is a great little maraca because it's got a really thin handle which they can hold onto and shake. It is a really popular one at this age. Last but not least, a spoon. This is a self-feeding spoon, so it's got a really wide spoon surface area and a great little handle for your infant to hold. Now, whether they just hold on to it, try and start feeding themselves, or just exploring it, at this age it's all about introducing them to things that are going to help them gain that independence. So there you have it, 9 to 12 months. Stay with us and we'll move on to 12 to 15 months next.